Hello again, this is Mrs. Ellison, and this is part 2 of the Algebra 1 Chapter 4 practice test work through. We're going to start with number 15 where we left off in video 1. Data was collected on the average winter temperature and the number of days with the snow of a random group of cities in the United States. Identify the correlation you would expect to see between the average winter temperature and the number of days with snow. So we have to think as the temperature goes up, would we expect to see more snow days or less? And hopefully you would realize that higher temperatures usually mean less snow. These are moving opposite directions. That would be a negative correlation. So 15 is D. Number 16, determine whether the sequence appears to be an arithmetic sequence. If so, find the common difference and the next three terms. So we have to see if we have a common difference. Pick any term besides the first one. So any term, say negative 11, and subtract the term before it, minus negative 5. Well, that really means plus 5, so this is negative 6. And then try again with the next one. Negative 17 minus negative 11 really means plus 11. Again, that's negative 6. And if we get all the way across and all of those are negative 6, then we have a common difference, and that is an arithmetic sequence. The common difference is negative 6, and the next three terms would be negative 29 minus another 6 would be negative 35, minus another 6 would be negative 41, and minus another 6 would be negative 47. So 16 is C. Number 17, find the 20th term in the arithmetic sequence, negative 4, 1, 6, 11, 16. Well, here we're told that it's an arithmetic sequence, so we can assume. And we can go ahead and just use one set of terms. 6 minus 1 is 5. So we're adding 5 each time. That's our D. Our first term is negative 4. And we are looking for the 20th term. So our N is 20. Here's our formula for the nth term of an arithmetic sequence. Remember, this is on your formula sheet that you will have access to during the test. So we can plug in our numbers. A sub 20 equals A1, which is negative 4, plus N minus 1, so that's 20 minus 1, times D, which is 5. That comes out to negative 4 plus 19 times 5, which is negative 4 plus 95, which comes out to negative 1. 91. So the answer to number 17 is D. Number 18, which of the following does not belong with the other three? Y equals 3 minus 1/4 x. Y is the same as 3 less than 1/4 of x. We have this graph and we have this table. Well, if you were paying attention as I read the answer choices, you might notice that A and B actually can't represent the same quantity, because if you remember, less than is a turnaround phrase. That means that 3 less than 1/4 of x means 1/4 x minus 3, not the other way around. So A and B don't represent the same thing, and we're going to have to decide with C or D which one of those they match. So you might start by trying, just plug in 0 here. 0 in here would be 3 minus 0, and that would be 3. 0 in this one would be 0 minus 3, which is negative 3. And so D and B match, which means that A must be the odd man out. So 18 is A. If you were to graph this in the calculator here, you would end up with this graph as well. That would tell you that C matches B rather than A. Number 19 asks, which equation family would y equals 3/4 x squared be in? And we talked about how if it has an x squared in it, that makes it quadratic. So 19 would be A. Number 20, which equation family would this U-shaped graph belong to? And that is another quadratic, so that is option B. Number 21, which shape would best match this table of ordered pairs? If we were to graph that, we could say Negative 2, negative, oops, I'm sorry. I've drawn that wrong. Negative 2, 50 would be way up here. Negative 1, 47 would be here. 0, 46 would be here. And this looks like it could be either V or U-shaped. But you have to decide what the change is. And if you try to draw it as V, you'll notice that these 2 points get left out. This one is going to have to be a curvy U shape. And if you'll notice here, in order to be linear, this change has to be the same, and this is not. This is the difference here is 3. The difference here is only 1. This is positive 1, and this is positive 3. So since those differences don't match, it is not linear, which means it's also not V-shaped. It's clearly not going to be a J, and that leaves us then with the U-curve yet again. So this is a D. Number 22, if you have the equation y equals 6 to the power of a, what kind of graph would you get? And here we have our other variable is in the exponent position. That is an exponential, which is a J-curve. That's D. Number 23, for f of x equals x plus 1, find f of x when x equals negative 2. So that means everywhere we see an x, we're going to plug in negative 2. And the answer there is negative 1. That is C. 24, for f of x equals 3 times the quantity x minus 2, find f of x when x equals 4. So here we're going to plug in 4 everywhere we see x. So it'll be 3 times 4 minus 2. That is 3 times 2, which is 6. So 24 is A. 25. A computer is worth $4,000 when it is new. After each year, it is worth half what it was the previous year. What will its worth be after 4 years? So we can make ourselves a table. We know that it starts out at 4,000. After 1 year, it will be worth half of that, so we cut that in half. That's 2,000. After 2 years, half of that is 1,000. After 3 years, half of that is 500. And after 4 years, half of that is 250. So our answer to 25 is A. And that concludes the work through video for Chapter 4 practice test. I hope this has been helpful for you. Please remember to ask your teacher any questions that remain after working through this. And I hope everyone has a fabulous weekend. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.